You are now listening to Mr. ZBlackneffect.
Fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? We're a little late today. A little late, not as late as we could be in the grand scheme of Z lateness, tardiness, right? Definitely beyond tardy, but not as late as we could be. Z, you making excuses now. I'm just saying. Right? All right, y'all. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat on the way in. And for this stream that is no title, we're going to start off with giving a shout out to my main man Lion 917, and it was a conversation I was having with him privately about, because Lion is a couple years older than Z, about our age group aging into our 60s and 70s and what that arrested development looks like in that lack of maturity and pushing those milestones back, those life milestones back into indefinitely, or never gonna happen, better yet. And what does it look like when the conversations and the comportment doesn't change from 14 to goddamn 34 to 54, ooh, Z, you now about to say it, to 74. What happens when your 50-something-year-olds still sound like your 14-year-olds and your 24-year-olds? What happens when you're speaking about a couple generations of never married or married for a blink of an eye, maybe one child, maybe no children? What happens when you have Xers, millennials, Gen Z, maybe even the youngest of boomers, but definitely Generation X, millennials, and Generation Z, all in the same damn dating market? No, you didn't just say that, Z. I did. What happens? What does that conversation look like? And how do your 50-some-odd-year-olds sound? Well, like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat, and once again, fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use. And I think the channel name is Red Talk Anna, and so we're going to use one of her clips, right? And shout out to Red Talk Anna. And we're going to speak about this because this is what your 50-some-odd-year-olds sound like in the dating market. Continuing.
So the other day, I posted this video about the difficulty that a lot of women have, especially my age, with navigating through dating, and the barriers that we see that are there, that is kind of like causing us not to be able to find a mate. And I was reading the comments, and I went on another post, and I was reading some of the comments on the other post, and then I went live with my brother Lewis and listening to him and reading some of the comments that were under his post. I'm just perplexed at the fact that women are out here paying for dates, and a lot of women are out here paying for first dates. So I'm trying to understand, is the expectation that a woman is supposed to pay for dates after a man pays for so many dates? Or is it just expected that, people should just go 50-50, or you pay for this date, I pay for that date? Never done any of that, don't plan to do any of that. And if that means I'm going to be single, that's what I'm going to do, be single. Because I believe that a man is supposed to pursue a woman when they're in the courting stage. So courting to me means that you are actively trying to pursue me as your woman. So with that being said, that means you're taking me out on dates, you're spending time with me, there are conversations taking place. We're getting to know each other. And in the process of getting to know a person, you're taking them out. Now, every date does not have to have a dollar sign attached to it. Hell, you could say, hey, take me, let's go to the Beltline and let's go walking. Or hey, let's go to the gym, let's go work out together. Anything. You can be creative with your dates. And I think a lot of men, they get caught up with the fact that they always trying to think that women are gold diggers, or and half of y'all ain't got no damn gold to be digging from. So I don't even know where you get that from. But anyway, my theory is, if you are concerned about the cost of dating, then I think that people should date within their tax bracket. That means that if you meet a woman and you know this woman is used to traveling, used to going out to dinner, used to doing all these nice things that are costly, and that's not something that you can afford right now, then A, one, you wait until you get your money up, or two, find somebody that you can date within the means of what you're accustomed to. You know, don't come in somebody's life and want them to change their taste just because it's something that you can't do. And that's why I think so many men get upset, because they want these certain type of women when the requirement for these women's, you know, up here and you are down here. You ain't got the money. I'm not making anybody better than anybody, but I'm just saying financially you're in two different places. So, you know, I'm trying to understand all this, because I was so confused when this man said who should pay for the first date, and the women was like, whoever initiates. First of all, why would you initiate a first date with a man? That's confusing to begin with. So I don't even know why that was a question. If a man is asking a woman out on a date, a first date, he should pay for the date. If you ask me on any date, you should pay for the date. I bought drinks, I bought dessert. I've never ever gone out with a man and that has willingly allowed for me to pay for our meal, our date. Now, after a relationship has been established, now I've taken my partner out and paid for things, got private chefs, done all this stuff. But if you're trying to court me, don't think I'm gonna be sitting up here paying for us to do stuff. And a friend even told me that, like, she paid for a dude's flight. I was like, what the fuck? Absolutely not. So that just really threw me. No, not doing that either. So just helping me to understand all of this. I just want to ask single women out here, when you're dating these men, are you really paying for these dates? Because if you are, shame on you. And number two, men, are you expecting women to pay for these dates? And if a woman does pay for the date, are you allowing her to pay for the date? And if you are, shame on you. But I just want to know, who's paying for these dates? What's the expectation when you're single and you're dating and trying to court people? Whose responsibility is it?
And this is a good time to read Jeff's comment, because it's so perfect for this, so apropos, and hit it right on the nail with that. And Jeff says, 45 to 50-year-old broads talking about courting like they are 22 years old, right? 22 years old. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, why does this matter? First, of course, the swipe, right? The gender snipe, better yet, the gender snipe at half of y'all don't have money to dig anywhere, gold to dig anyway. Madam, black men, you're a black woman. Black men earn more than black women. Black men have more wealth than black women. Black men still start more businesses than black women. Black men still employ more people than black women. Yeah. Black women do have more institutional education than black men. Black women do. And black women, from my understanding, own more homes than black men. And there you go. Madam, you are in your 50s talking about courting. You know, we speak about age appropriateness, right? But when we speak about age appropriateness, we're usually speaking about young children. We might even be speaking about early teenagers and what's appropriate for them to watch, what's appropriate for them to listen to, maybe what clothing is age appropriate, right? No tattoos, maybe no piercings outside of a earring for the girls. Maybe you might let your son slide with an earring, right, with his ears pierced, maybe, but no tattoos, obviously no smoking, etc., etc. We speak about age appropriateness when it comes to children. Why don't adult women appreciate age appropriateness? You're in your 50s. The courting thing was when you were in your 20s, ma'am. You're in the age of the divorcees, madam, whether you were married or not. Huh? That doesn't mean that you may not get wooed a little bit. A man might not pay for a date or not. That doesn't mean that he has to approach you without class and tact. We're not saying any of that, Mr. Z Rami. But what we are saying is, once again, when we don't have these structures and these rules and it's all hodgepodge, when everybody's freestyling, minus the elites who are still getting married in their 20s, at the latest early 30s, and selling out in the sunset, and for the ones of them that earn really good money, they stay married. All the rest of us in the bottom 75-ish%, bottom 80 or so percent are just freestyling. You get this. Huh? You get this. 50 some odd year old sounding like what? A 20 some odd year old. I ain't spending money on this. And y'all are paying for dates? Yes, madam. The women are paying for PlayStation 5s. Oops. They paying for dates. Yikes. You want to know why? Because women have needs too, adult needs, and they want that itch scratched. And some women have it in them. Some women have it in them to just play with themselves and their Rose toy and go to sleep with a tear in their eye. Goddamn Z. And other women don't have it. They don't have that. Huh? They don't have it, madam. You're in your 50s, speaking as if you're in your 20s. You are in your 20s. In your 50s. You don't appreciate age appropriateness. You don't. In your 50s. You don't appreciate nor care what men think, what men feel, how men view you, obviously. Huh? When everyone's freestyling and doing whatever, then there's no rules. And that means people get to, I want that, ooh, and I want a bit of this. Y'all think life is a la carte. And we're watching adults, not even 20 some odd year old adults, not even early 30 some odd year old adults. We're watching 40 some odd, 50 some odd, 60 some odd year old adults, women throwing temper tantrums because they can't a la carte life. Because they can't have patriarchy by feminist specifications. Ooh, I want a little bit of that, and I want a little bit of this. I want a man that's a man's man, but he let me talk over him. I want a man that pays for dates and courts me in my 50s, even though a generation or two ago, I would have been a grandma, still married to my husband, under his rules, under his roof. Huh? I want to be 50-something year old, still speaking about good external activity like I'm a crash 23-year-old man, even though I'm a 50-some-odd-year-old woman. I want to be in my 50s talking about what I'm not going to do, what I'm not going to settle for, even though I should have been married by now. Huh? Madam, your conversation is not age appropriate. Your conversation right now should be you and your girlfriends getting tipsy in the living room talking crap about your husbands that you're not going to leave. That's the age appropriate conversation. You and your homegirls on a Saturday afternoon drinking mimosas, complaining about your husband and your kids that you adore. That's the age appropriate conversation. Not the what you not gonna do and what you not gonna pay for and what these other women are paying for and who's flying people out. Oh, my girlfriend told me these women flying men out. Yes, they flying men out. Oh, y'all thought it was just the women getting flued out? Madam, that loneliness is kicking your homegirls all up in their ass. That horniness is kicking them all up in their ass. You damn right they flying men out. That rose toy can only get you off so many times, madam. Huh? So once again, this is what happens when you have 50 some odd year olds having the same conversation with the 20 some odd year olds. And y'all all fighting over the 47-year olds with their money and their ish together. Body beautiful, sexy flexy, and he could smash every goddamn decade. He could smash the 20 some odd year old women, the 30 some odd year old women, the 40 some odd year old women, the 50 some odd year old women, goddamn Z, the 60 some odd year old women. You think there's not men doing it? That 47-year-old man should have been married. All the women over the age of 30, definitely over the age of 35 should have been married. This shouldn't be going on. But the ladies wanted this environment, so this is what you get. Huh? Dear ladies, y'all wanted no rules and no structures. This is what you get. So it's freestyle. Everybody doing whatever. There's no rules. Y'all wanted y'all autonomy. This is what your autonomy look like at scale. The men have their autonomy. The women have their autonomy. Nobody following no goddamn rules. Everyone's trying to a la carte this and that and piece together this and that, especially the women. And this is what it looked like. Huh? And Trell says, Auntie's in the living room, Unc's in the backyard. That's where she's supposed to be. You hear me? Thank you, Getmo. And Getmo says, oh, the 50-year-old did not get the memo. We are in the age of the hyper individual. Ladies, you and your foremothers wanted to obliterate the rules. Well, this is what it looked like in the aftermath. Huh? The dystopian aftermath of the war, this is what it looked like. All the wreckage, you could barely see the skeleton of the buildings. Huh? Bombed out automobiles. Lead pipes, giggity, lead pipes being exposed. This is what it looked like. Your nuclear wasteland, this is what it looked like. Toxic sludge water. Huh? Random animals running up and down the street. What street? This is what it looked like. And then y'all want to a la carte pick this part and that part of manhood and masculinity and what a man's supposed to do. No, there is no what a man is supposed to do anymore. Dear ladies, if there's no longer what a woman's supposed to do, there is no what a man is supposed to do. What part of this don't y'all understand? When you obliterated the rules for women, you obliterated the rules for men. It's gone. So yes, you're going to be paying. And quite frankly, madam, I want to speak to Splackavelli behind you. Goddamn, Z. Ma'am, you want to tell me you're not getting no sexual activity? Ooh, Z. You in your 50s, you don't got a 36-year-old sliding through right now? Uh-oh. Z, don't expose her, Z. Ma'am, you don't have a 37-year-old, maybe a 42-year-old sliding through, knocking the cobwebs out once a week, twice a week, once every other week? It's not happening, huh? Okay, fine. It's not happening with you. It's not happening with other women your age. Their adult son's friend is not sliding through. Ooh. Behind their son's back. Yikes. Huh? 52, 53, 54-year-old. They got a son that's 25. Little do he know his friend is sliding to the crib once or twice a week, knocking the mom off. Uh-oh. Huh? Z, you wasn't supposed to say that out loud. I'm just saying. It sound good. Y'all are in your 50s sounding like this. Ain't that right, Claudia Jordan? Oops.
For your night. That's a very pro-woman, amazing, like strong, independent woman. But might I add another angle? I would feel like, why the hell ain't no one trying to scoop me up to save my life? Am I ugly? Are they better looking than me? Like, why are they getting saved and I'm over here working, taking on extra shifts now because she got Richard Gere that came and scooped her up and now she got an easy life and now I got extra corns on my toes and my back hurts because no one's saving me. So you have a very positive attitude. I would have been a little bitter like, why the fuck? Why not me? Why not? I don't want to be irresponsible. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of the goddamn cape. Somebody save me. I want to be Julia Roberts on Hollywood Boulevard in cheap shoes when some guy comes and saves me. I have worked hard since I was 14 and I had to pay. I'm sick of it, Erica.
I do understand.
I understand what you're saying. Classy and independent. It's thankless. I've been dating since the 1900s and 80 something, and I'm still single. I'm tired, Erica. You found your man. Don't hate. Let me live it. Let me vent. You're off the strip. I am still on it. I'm in the trenches and it sucks. I'm sick of being independent. I fucking hate paying for my fucking Range Rover, my other car, my mortgage insurance, my freaking cell phone, computer, Wi-Fi. I am sick of it. I need some guy with bad health to jump on in and interrupt and say, let me take you off your shift. You've been working hard enough. So that's cute what she's doing. I'm not doing that. We are different. I am tired. I've proven myself and it only impresses other women. She's like, oh, that's amazing. My friend's independent. These men don't care. Come and save me, some chic, minus the dookie. Just please come and save me. I'm tired. I'm tired, Erica. I don't want to do it no more. Where's my Melania? I want the Melania Trump plan. I'm sick. I've proven myself. Since 1988.
At 88.
I'm tired. I was 15 out of paper route.
Damn, that's a long time.
72 clients. 30-cent tip for some of you bastards in East Providence, Rhode Island on 2nd Street. I remember I gave you papers 7 days a week, and on Sunday you gave me a 30-cent tip. I'm tired. So I'm glad it worked out for you, but I'm not there.
Being a strong, independent woman since 1988 is a lot, Claudia.
Since Salt and Pepper came out.
That's a lot.
I'm tired.
Damn.
So yes.
Damn.
Excuse me if I'm a little frustrated. So I envy the girls that got taken off the pole, so to say.
Nobody said nothing about no damn pole.
But metaphorically.
Yeah, nobody said. What my point was, because here's the thing. The point was that this is a...
Take off the cape, Erica. We lost the election. We're not doing this anymore.
I'm not...
Soft life. Hookers are winning.
All about...
Hoes are winning. Hookers are in the White House again. First lady, if you will. I'm over it. No one cares. Nobody cares about independence anymore. But I respect it, but they don't.
I get it.
Yeah. In your 50s. Does that mean your life is over? No. No, it doesn't mean your life is over. Does that mean that your actual life is over? No. Does it mean your romantic life is over? Not necessarily. But the expectations you have at 50-something, when you didn't follow the rules for 5 decades. Ooh. Okay, fine. We won't count anything before the age of 20 because you were still a minor. For 3 decades, ma'am. You didn't follow the rules. You did whatever. Assuming you were never married. And if you're a black woman, you were never married. God damn, Z. Just saying. Huh? You didn't follow the rules. And even if you were a black, you are a black woman, more than likely that marriage only lasted 5 years. So you didn't follow the rules. Goddamn. Probably a behavioral problem. Goddamn. Exhibit A, the fact that you don't have a man. Oops. Huh? Yeah. And BGS says, no free pee, mama. No. You paying for that PlayStation 5, ma'am. And you paying to put gas in that car if he's driving to you. Yeah, you paying. Your homegirls are paying for tickets and flights. Uh-oh. You damn right. It's not up for debate anymore. Ooh, Z. Ladies, you gon' pay. This is the world you wanted. So this is the world you have. Y'all didn't read the fine print. So yes, BGS, they gonna be paying. You gonna be paying for the food after the session. You gonna be paying for the gas. You gonna be paying for the Xbox and the PlayStations. Huh? Yeah, you're gonna be paying, ladies. You're gonna be paying for the movies. You damn right. And let me read this one now. KMS says hashtag, most of these 304s are broke. And thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. KMS said most of them are broke, and this we know. And this we know. But guess what? Just like the ladies will try to get blood from a goddamn rock and then still claim they're not gold digging. How am I digging gold? You don't have any money. Whatever little bit of money I got, you still trying to take. Oops. Dear ladies, because y'all blew, I just want all the women to appreciate this. That's the white women, the black women, the Latina women, the Asian women. You blew up the social contract. You blew up the rules. So guess what? Ain't no more, air quotes, real man anymore because there's no real women. Should it be beneath men to be trying to bleed women for money? Yes. Absolutely, it should be. Guess what? It's not. So you damn right that 27-year-old, that 28-year-old that's knocking the cobwebs out is looking at you like, so that PS5 though, right? Huh? When you go on that date with that dude, make sure you bring me food back to the house. Oops. You damn right. Huh? And speaking about that, and KMS also says, and thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. KMS says, date within your tax bracket. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'll be dating in your tax bracket. So we gonna go half on this top ramen. That you give some top, then you give some top. I get what you said. Then you give some top. If it's good, I'll spring for some hot Cheetos. Stupid. And we'll play that clip again. And exactly what KMS is saying. Look, no, ladies, we gonna go half, or you gonna pay. And I might pay. Let's be clear. That doesn't mean the ladies are gonna be paying all the time. But all that paymaster extraordinaire man thing, no. Ladies, women blow up dating. Women blow up situationships. Women blow up long-term relationships. Women blow up marriage. Why would he be investing that much money when it's only a matter of time before you blow this up? Whether it's about a third date, whether it's about a fifth year, huh? Why would he invest all that money? You go and blow it up by the third date. You go and blow it up by a year and a half. You're gonna blow it up by 5 years of marriage. You're gonna blow it up by the time the kids get in middle school. Not even that long. Stop it, Z. Ladies, what? This is what you've shown. Number one reason for divorce: irreconcilable differences. Really, the money? Oops. Not infidelity, not DV, right? Also known as correcting a woman's behavior through action, physical action. Goddamn, Z. No, the number one reason for divorce, and the fact that women file between 70 to 80% of divorces, is irreconcilable difference. You go and blow up the relationship. And so why should he already start off something that he knows is going to come to an abrupt end because your feeling shift? Why would he be investing? And I'm going to just be paymaster from day one until you decide to blow this thing up. Yeah. Yawn. Continuing.
So the other day, I posted this video about the difficulty that a lot of women have, especially my age, which navigating through dating, and the barriers that we see that are there, that is kind of like causing us not to be able to find a mate. And I was reading the comments, and I went on another post, and I was reading some of the comments on the other post, and then I went live with my brother Lewis and listening to him and reading some of the comments that were under his post. I'm just perplexed at the fact that women are out here paying for dates, and a lot of women are out here paying for first dates. So I'm trying to understand, is the expectation that a woman is supposed to pay for dates after a man pays for so many dates, or is it just expected that, you know, people should just go 50-50, or you pay for this date, I pay for that date? Never done any of that, don't plan to do any of that. And if that means I'm going to be single, that's what I'm going to do, be single, because I believe that a man is supposed to pursue a woman when they're in the courting stage. So courting to me means that you are actively trying to pursue me as your woman. So with that being said, that means you're taking me out on dates, you're spending time with me, there are conversations taking place, you know, we're getting to know each other. And in the process of getting to know a person, you're taking them out. Now, every date does not have to have a dollar sign attached to it. Hell, you could say, hey, take me, let's go to the Beltline and let's go walking, you know, or hey, let's go to the gym, let's go work out together. Anything. You can be creative with your dates. And I think a lot of men, they get caught up with the fact that they always trying to think that women are gold diggers, or, you know, and half of y'all ain't got no damn gold to be digging from, so I don't even know where you get that from. But anyway, my theory is, if you are concerned about the cost of dating, then I think that people should date within their tax bracket. That means that if you meet a woman and you know this woman is used to traveling, used to going out to dinner, used to doing all these nice things that are costly, and that's not something that you can afford right now, then
Let's pause right there. This idea that men have to date within their tax bracket. Madam, first, most of you ladies are within our tax bracket. Goddamn, Z. Men still earn more than women, including black men. Still earn more than black women. Most of you, and I don't mean 51% most, I mean like 85% most, 80% most of you are within our tax bracket. Okay, fine, we'll pause right there. Not only that, have you ever considered that what happens when so many men say, you know what? None of you within our tax bracket, even if you are, I don't want to do it. Y'all sending out these little sassy ass threats. Date within your tax bracket. What happens when 30% of men say, you know what? None of you are in my tax bracket. Huh? Those mixers and those matchmaking events and those speed dating events get real empty real fast, don't they? What happens when 40%, 50% of men say, you know what? I'm going to move like you're not within my tax bracket. Now what? The women say these things and then they live the consequences of it and then they throw their hands up. Date within your tax bracket. What happened when the men, especially black men, said, you know what? That white woman over there is not saying that. That Latina over there is not saying that. And they might be. Huh? That other white woman is not saying that. That Eastern European white woman or that Asian woman is not saying that. Once again, and they might be saying it. What happens when men say, you know what? You're right. I should date within my tax bracket. And even though I earn more than you and you're technically in my tax bracket, you're that delusional hypergamy causes you to look above me, Mr. Z Rahman. And that's okay. I'll just move along. I don't have to, air quotes, rise to the occasion. And either way, goddamn Z, pun intended. You put out these idle threats and then you live with the consequences. And then you throw your hands up. Madam, your homegirls are admitting to you that they flying men out. Because the men who can't afford them said no. Do you appreciate that? And that's assuming that the men they flying out can't pay for it. That's making that assumption. Huh? That sound good, but you're living the consequences. Date within your tax bracket. And by the way, everyone, remember that is a 50-some-odd-year-old woman sounding just like this probably 20-some-odd, early, mid-30-some-odd-year-old woman.
And let's normalize dating within your tax bracket. If you see that a woman is funding her own lifestyle, taking herself on trips out the country, buying her dream car, living her dream life, booking her own reservations, going to the nicest restaurants in town, and you can't double that, why are you trying to talk to her? We're confused. Find a woman within your price range.
Madam, the difference is you said tax bracket, she said price range. Madam, and she did actually say tax bracket if I'm not mistaken in the beginning, right? This lady is maybe at least 15 years younger than you, could be as much as 20 or 20 some odd years younger than you, and y'all are saying the same thing. Madam, you shouldn't even be in the dating market to be having this conversation. Huh? Appreciate to all of us Xers, millennials, and Gen Z, all of us under the age of like 55-ish or so, we are going to have 68, 70-year-old, 72-year-olds, men and women, namely the women, talking about, you know, he couldn't get it up, and then he had to pop that pill, and then we had to wait like 10 minutes, and then he finally got there, and then we had to, and I told him, if I'm going to have to wait this long, I might as well go to Earl down the street. Shout out to Earl. This is a conversation we're going to be having in our late 60s and early 70s for those of us that are still here. The same conversation they're having in their goddamn early and mid 20s. Huh? Absolute insanity. You know, I saw his wardrobe and I was like, ew, that's you wearing that, man. You that ages you, and he's 72, and you're gonna be having women in their late 60s telling 72-year-old men, yeah, I don't know about that haircut. That haircut makes you look old, and that. At retirement age, what retirement, Z? You're right. Huh? The women are gonna be walking with walkers, talking about not getting good D and peen at 73 years old. Absolute insanity. If you're in your 50s saying the same thing as a woman who could possibly be your daughter, do you not appreciate the problem here, ma'am? You damn right. You paying the tax for being out in the dating market and being outside in your 50s. You damn right you paying that tax. You gonna pay that tax, madam, or you gonna enjoy that rose toy. Those are your options. You gonna pay that tax or you gonna enjoy that rose toy in your 50s. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Continuing. We're gonna play one more game and then move along.
So the other day, I posted this video about the difficulty that a lot of women have, especially my age, which navigating through dating, and the barriers that we see that are there, that is kind of like causing us not to be able to find a mate. And I was reading the comments, and I went on another post, and I was reading some of the comments on the other post, and then I went live with my brother Lewis and listening to him and reading some of the comments that were under his post. I'm just perplexed at the fact that women are out here paying for dates, and a lot of women are out here paying for first dates. So I'm trying to understand, is the expectation that a woman is supposed to pay for dates after a man pays for so many dates? Or is it just expected that, people should just go 50-50, or you pay for this date, I pay for that date? Never done any of that, don't plan to do any of that. And if that means I'm going to be single, that's what I'm going to do, be single. Because I believe that a man is supposed to pursue a woman when they're in the courting stage. So courting to me means that you are actively trying to pursue me as your woman. So with that being said, that means you're taking me out on dates, you're spending time with me, there are conversations taking place. We're getting to know each other. And in the process of getting to know a person, you're taking them out. Now, every date does not have to have a dollar sign attached to it. Hell, you could say, hey, take me, let's go to the Beltline and let's go walking. Or hey, let's go to the gym, let's go work out together. Anything. You can be creative with your dates. And I think a lot of men, they get caught up with the fact that they always trying to think that women are gold diggers, or and half of y'all ain't got no damn gold to be digging from. So I don't even know where you get that from. But anyway, my theory is, if you are concerned about the cost of dating, then I think that people should date within their tax bracket. That means that if you meet a woman and you know this woman is used to traveling, used to going out to dinner, used to doing all these nice things that are costly, and that's not something that you can afford right now, then one, you wait until you get your money up, or two, find somebody that you can date within the means of what you're accustomed to. Don't come in somebody's life and want them to change their taste just because it's something that you can't do. And that's why I think so many men get upset, because they want these certain type of women when the requirement for these women's, up here, and you are down here. You ain't got the money. I'm not making anybody better than anybody, but I'm just saying financially you're in two different places. So, I'm trying to understand all this, because I was so confused when this man said who should pay for the first date, and the women was like, whoever initiates. First of all, why would you initiate a first date with a man? That's confusing to begin with. So I don't even know why that was a question. If a man is asking a woman out on a first date, he should pay for the date. If you ask me on any date, you should pay for the date. I've bought drinks, I've bought dessert. I've never ever gone out with a man and that has willingly allowed for me to pay for our meal, our date. Now, after a relationship has been established, now I've taken my partner out and paid for things, got private chefs, done all this stuff. But if you're trying to court me, don't think I'm gonna be sitting up here paying for us to do stuff. And a friend even told me that, like, she paid for a dude's flight. I was like, what the fuck? Absolutely not. So that just really threw me. No, not doing that either. So just helping me to understand all of this. I just want to ask single women out here, when you're dating these men, are you really paying for these dates? Because if you are, shame on you. And number two, men, are you expecting women to pay for these dates? And if a woman does pay for the date, are you allowing her to pay for the date? And if you are, shame on you. But I just want to know, who's paying for these dates? What's the expectation when you're single and you're dating and trying to court people? Whose responsibility is it?
Why are you single? Not only that, madam, Black and Latina women who never marry are the least wealthy in the U.S. This idea that the men have no gold to dig. Madam, if you asking for a damn penny and you ain't exchanging it for something, you digging. If you're asking for a penny, you digging. Huh? You are digging, madam. Let's be clear. Not only that, because it gets worse. Madam, y'all don't got no money. Maybe you have money. Maybe you and your friend circle. But ma'am, you in your 50s, you starting to get a little closer to that retirement age. And black women, college educated black women on top of that, approaching retirement age. Uh-oh, y'all already know what Mr. Z gonna play.
Because ain't nobody trying to be 60 and broke. I'm gonna keep it a buck. The data in this chart sucks, but there's hope. So the data in this chart suggests that black women who have a degree but are single at 60 have a net worth of $11,000, which, as we know, that's just not enough to live off of. Whereas if you're married and have a college degree at 60, you have a net worth of around $424,000. And the reason why I say this sucks is because I don't particularly like something that is beyond my control to be able to impact the quality of my life. Like, it's literally not within our control if we're married at 60. I mean, we have influence on that, but it's like, it's 50-50, right? It
Get
takes
on the
two to
black man's
tango.
program and stay there.
That does suck. However, the decision.
However, it looks like this lady in her 50s. That's what however looks like. Huh? But oh, we're not done yet.
And you know, I went to her page, and this is much bigger than her talking about 50-50 or anything on dates, or even if she is discussing about who's asking who out. She's saying what she's not doing, what she's not about to do. She's not about to pay for dates and things like that, as she just stated, right? This woman is 52 years old. You got to remember that. This woman is 52 years old. So therefore, baby, things do look a little different. I'm sorry, they do. But this is the girl code that I be talking about, that a lot of women are not being real with each other. This woman thinks that she is 52 and she's going to have standards of a 27-year-old or a 22-year-old. And you don't. I'm sorry. This goes much deeper than a dinner date. This goes much deeper than what this woman is talking about. You heard her when she said, a lot of men don't even make no money. She said, y'all think that we want y'all money? She said, y'all don't even got none. So if you really think that way about men, why are you even interested? I always find this kind of interesting. You know, I went to her page, and this was what's going on. I seen all kind of stuff. It explained a lot. Let's take a look.
When you sexy as hell and a registered nurse.
Social media is everything.
Lashes, look at her. My brows on fleek, and I got my damn waist trainer on. You can't tell me shit. Look at her. Somebody point to the birthday party.
Look at that outfit. What is that? What's going on? So we are 52. Our friends are probably in their 52, in their 52, and we're out at the clubs. Look at that outfit. You saying that you're not about to pursue no man. You're saying that you're not.
Let's pause right there. I'm going to play it again. For all of us that saw the video with Claudia Jordan and who else was there? Cheyenne Bryan and all of them at that Jeezy concert. Once again, women in their 50s, late 40s and 50s. Y'all remember how Cheyenne Bryan went out? Yeah, in their 50s and late 40s. Yeah, it's not just the Claudia Jordan and Cheyenne Bryan thing, obviously. In their 50s, posing just like the 20-some-odd-year-olds, moving just like the 20-some-odd-year-olds, comporting themselves just like the 20-some-odd-year-olds, and then get mad when you choose a 20-some-odd-year-old. Goddamn, Z. Huh? They talking and using the same slang as the 20-some-odd-year-olds, but swear to you, they're more mature than the 20-some-odd-year-olds. So you're dressing like them, talking like them, moving like them, comporting yourself like them, using the same slang as them. Yeah. Even going to the same clubs and bars at the same time as them. sometimes getting smashed, having actual fun with the same young men as them. Ooh. Madam, you don't get courted anymore. You better try to date them 60 some odd year olds, the 58-year-olds, the 62 and 65-year-olds. Oh, but it gets worse. Continuing.
And you know, I went to her page, and this is much bigger than her talking about 50-50 or anything on dates, or even if she is discussing about who's asking who out. She's saying what she's not doing, what she's not about to do. She's not about to pay for dates and things like that, as she just stated, right? This woman is 52 years old. You gotta remember that. This woman is 52 years old. So therefore, baby, things do look a little different. I'm sorry, they do. But this is the girl code that I be talking about, that a lot of women are not being real with each other. This woman thinks that she is 52 and she's going to have standards of a 27-year-old or a 22-year-old. And you don't. I'm sorry. This goes much deeper than a dinner date. This goes much deeper than what this woman is talking about. You heard her when she said, a lot of men don't even make no money. She said, y'all think that we want y'all money? She said, y'all don't even got none. So if you really think that way about men, why are you even interested? I always find this kind of interesting. You know, I went to her page, and this was what's going on. I've seen all kind of stuff. It explained a lot. Let's take a look.
When you sexy as hell and a registered nurse.
Social media is everything.
Lashes, look at her. My brows on fleek, and I got my damn waist trainer on. You can't tell me shit. Look at her.
Somebody point to the birthday party. Look at that outfit. What is that? What's going on? So we are 52. Our friends are probably in their 52, in their 52, and we're out at the clubs. Look at that outfit. You saying that you're not about to pursue no man. You're saying that you're not settling. These are not my opinions. There are millions of women who actually believe this. Y'all want all the old school treatment, but with a new school attitude. I see club videos. I seen videos where the woman was like, I'm the prize, I'm the bomb. I seen older women hyping each other up. All that constant validation. And her dating opinions are not random. They match the lifestyle that she's presenting. Let me ask you this. Have you ever noticed? They say they want one thing, but they do something different. Maybe you ain't even supposed to be dating in your 50s. You're supposed to been already married or have somebody. Now you out here with the 30-year-olds up in the club doing bottle service. You gotta start asking yourself, what are we doing? Why are we encouraging this? Why are we encouraging this behavior? And you talking about all this, what you're not gonna do, I don't think that's gonna be appeasing to any man.
Calling yourself baddies in your 50s.
Because you're already set in your ways. It hasn't been working out, whatever you've been doing. But I think this is where we confuse attention with your relationship value. All right? Men will flirt with you. They will buy you drinks. They will compliment you. But those don't necessarily answer and get you what you really want. That doesn't mean that you're compatible with nobody. Because you're still out here. You still out here. The reason why. You can have all those, I'm not going to do this all you want to. It don't mean it's going to work. Vacations. That's another thing women think. Women think them going out on vacations, to the club, to the parties, all these videos and stuff y'all doing, like, that does not add value to you. Men don't care how many stamps you got in your passport. They don't care how many stamps you got. That's not valuable to men at all. I noticed another thing on her page. She was saying how successful she was. She was saying how she's the bomb, how she's the prize. She was saying how she got a good career. She was saying she's so independent. Just because you are independent, it does not increase you having romantic preferences. It doesn't. It honestly doesn't. But the competition is going to be stiff, okay? It's a reason why y'all out at the clubs always by yourself. Look at this. Y'all over here on a whole Valentine's. Y'all having Valentine's with each other. Y'all dressed up, showing Instagram, TikTok, y'all's outfits, and y'all might have went somewhere fancy. This what y'all gonna be doing. It's gonna be a whole bunch of group of women together doing this. Because the time it wasn't no Valentine's. Y'all better start noticing what's really going on. This ain't it right here, okay? People's priorities have changed. The dating pool have changed. And it looks like if you complain about it, you want to do some type of compromise. You having all that resistance, it ain't working for you. Y'all over here holding resistance as if it's confidence. That ain't got nothing to do with being confident. You set in your own ways. You are.
Madam, you are in your 50s at a Trick Daddy show, a Trick Daddy performance. Okay, fine. That doesn't mean you still don't go out in your 50s. Madam, you got the boobies out in your 50s. You got the boobies out In your 50s, you are still not simply trying to be desired by one man. You trying to be sexy in your 50s. You outside in your 50s. You're not going to Disney with your grandchildren. You're not going on family trips. Huh? You outside in the club in your 50s and then turn around and talk about courting. Ooh, goddamn. Huh? In your 50s. Do the women know we see them? You're in your 50s in the club at a Trick Daddy performance. You traveling and getting stamps as if we care. You posting like a 20-some-odd-year-old. Needy attention 304. You're posting pictures, getting high off of dopamine for the likes, and whatever dudes are in your comments thirst trapping, but apparently they don't earn enough for your ass. You the one thirst trapping, my apologies. But the dudes are in the comments probably thirsty. And we're back. Right? And we're back. Reckless, y'all already know. Right? And Trish is, and Trick Daddy ain't trying to trick on her. And Trick might not trick on her. If you know about Trick Daddy in South Florida, she might be doing too much. He would pipe. He would pipe. He would. Her attitude ain't up to snuff, but yeah, he might pipe. He might. He might spend a couple dollars. He might do it. Right? And it's situations like that that women like that hold out for. It's situations like that. They put all their stock and all their chips on situations like that. In the one-off, super lucky, you won the lottery type situations. You telling me I got a chance? Huh? They did everything on that one-off situation. Huh? And Longo says, out here thirst shopping during premenopause. You hear me? That doesn't mean that women are still not actual beings. Mr. Z is not saying that. That doesn't mean they're not actual beings in their 50s. And from my understanding, when they're going through that, they really be on it. And I mean that literally and figuratively. They really trying to get it in they premenopausal state. I appreciate this. But once again, the ladies don't follow a script. They don't follow the rules. And there's nothing wrong with that. But then eat the consequences. Madam, you're not supposed to be out here in the dating world in your 52 years old. And Brooklyn's Finest says, Z, this is what I call no country for old 304s. You hear me? Now, we don't know if the lady was ever married and then got divorced, but she outside. Got the boobies out. As I said, she's posing with her girlfriends as if she's in her 20s. She's taking trips like she's in her 20s. She's dressing like she's in her 20s. Madam, you don't get courted at this point. Imagine doing whatever you want, however you want. And now that you have to look at what that looks like for your life, now you have an issue. At 52, madam, you didn't follow the rules. This is the receipt. Huh? You rang up autonomy. That's what you rang up. You rang up autonomy. You rang up dress however I want. You rang up act however I want. That's what you and you and your girlfriends. But you said one of your girlfriends says she done flew a man out. This is what it looked like. Yeah. And Brooklyn Fine, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. And Gitmo says hashtag 8 cents. He reminds us they have 8 cents to the white man's dollar. And thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe to the super chat. Gitmo reminds us that the ladies have 8 cents. Black women in specific have 8 cents to the white man's dollar. Which speaks to this article. Black and Latina women who never marry are the least wealthy in the U.S. And in this article, it speaks on how black women have wealth of 8 cents to the white man's dollar. That is the cost. And you damn right. And Gitmo, once again, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. But the ladies are actual beings, and I appreciate, especially when you're in your 50s and you're single and you want to be desired and you want to be lusted after and you want peen, but you should, what? We are speaking about professional women. We're speaking about more seasoned women. Huh? You're being artful with that language, Z. You said seasoned. I know. And everyone, it's not just her speaking, dressing, acting like this for attention and D and peen. Oh, it doesn't end with just her. Goddamn, Z.
So I'm currently online dating, been back and forth online dating, and I'm looking for something very specific. It's called and dinners, okay? So on my profile, it says ISO and dinners. Are you providing the dinners? Are you providing the? If not, we have nothing further to discuss, okay? And I have a good job, a college degree. I make a lot of money, okay? But I still want the dick and the dinners, okay? Appreciate y'all.
She's selling t-shirts in the back, in case y'all want one.
Yeah, and once again, shout out to Red, Red Talk Anna with a previous clip. But y'all give and we're back. Okay. This is a overweight professional who's telling you, I just want D in dinners. What Mr. Z is getting at here is when the rules and the norms get obliterated, and most folks, particularly in the black community, are freestyling, right? There's no age appropriateness anymore. There's no way of comporting yourself as a lady anymore. What's a lady? It's constraining and restraining to act this way. The patriarchy is what informed us of what it is to be ladylike, and there is no more ladylike in all of this crap, right? I'm not doing anything for the male gaze, Gaze. I'm moving how I want to move, acting how I want to act. Nothing wrong with that. This is E rhyming. What it looks like is what you see here. 50 some odd year olds in the dating scene, professionals that make a lot of money talking about D and dinners, right? There's no rules. Everybody doing whatever they want to do, however they want to do it. Speaking however they want to speak, however. Okay, fine. But ladies, that means that applies to the men also. That applies to the men also. Huh? D in dinners, the lady says. D in dinners. Professional black woman who makes pretty good money, according to her. And this is how she's speaking. As I said before, we are going to have late 60-year-old, 70-year-old women who are going to be engaging in actual talk with 20 and 30 some odd year old women. And they gonna be speaking to them just like, not like an elder. No, they're gonna be speaking to them just like they're in their 20s and 30s. Just as vulgar, just as crass, huh? Using the same slang. Scarily enough, in context, damn Z. And it doesn't end there.
How much money do I need to make for you to cut off all your men and focus on just on me?
If not 6 figures, at least close. Because then I don't need them. You know, does he come with dick though? Like, does he come with dick? Because most men have most of the side niggas come with good dick, but that one nigga who got the funds, he ain't got everything that comes.
You know, I've never heard a virgin say that it was bad dick.
Ooh.
Some of these women got so many bodies, a quarter horse couldn't satisfy their ass. Bitch, a fuck a Clydesdale and still be like more. Bitch, a suck off an elephant and be like, oh, he got a shrimp. Excuse the fuck out of us. Ocean runs through some of these motherfuckers. I ain't talking about you, I'm just talking about people that think like that. It's always weird to me. It's always the women with body counts over 50 talking about bad dick. All the girls that got single-digit body count. You ever hear them talk about bad dick? All the dick is good when you got 2 bodies. As soon as you hit 20, all the dick is bad. Ah, daddy, I want to... Oh, hey, fellas, you gotta go on the top drawer and see what a dildo look like. If that motherfucker got a 2-foot dildo, they give it too many niggas in there. These hoes be fucking themselves with shit that look like this and expect you. I need that good dick. Okay, baby, we got it. You keep acting like that job that you hate is gonna be your salvation.
And shout out to Ugly Money. Everyone, appreciate we are speaking about adult women well into their 30s, their 40s, their 50s. And we're speaking about bedroom fun. Everyone, weren't we told that it was the men that were crass? Weren't we told that it was the men that thought with their private parts? Huh? They thinking with the little head and not the big head? Weren't we told that? Especially for you Xers, isn't that how you were raised? By the older boomers in the silent gen? It was the men that always thought about bedroom fun and triple X activity and thought with their little head. It was the men, right? It was the men destroying relationships over this. It was the men, right? Cheating and moving around like that, right? And speaking this crass. Huh? That's what we were told. Meanwhile, yeah. And y'all give Z a second, y'all talk amongst yourselves. This might be a long wait, so y'all grab y'all popcorn, right? Reckless, y'all already know. And we'll be back. Z, what the hell was that, Z? And we're back. Oh man, my apologies, y'all. Look, life was life, and man, Z, that was the most gangster hole ever. What was that, like an hour practically? Okay, look, they ain't even closed the damn door, right? Wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There we go. There we go. All right. All right. Yeah, everyone. So we're back. My apologies for that. Damn, Z, look. Reckless. Look, y'all know what reckless is. Do not put it in the comments. Keep that to yourself. Right? So let's actually turn this off, and then we're good to go. And yep, there we go. All right. And we're back. Okay, okay. And we were speaking about these two clips, and we're gonna play them again and then give our commentary. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat, even though Mr. Z had y'all on the longest gangster hold ever. We just might as well just end the stream and do another stream. I'm just saying. But okay, here we go, y'all. We're gonna play these again, and then we're gonna give our commentary. Continuing.
So I'm currently online dating, been back and forth online dating, and I'm looking for something very specific. It's called and dinners, okay? So on my profile, it says ISO and dinners. Are you providing the dinners? Are you providing the If not, we have nothing further to discuss, okay? And I have a good job, a college degree. I make a lot of money, okay? But I still want the dick and the dinners, okay? Appreciate y'all.
She's selling t-shirts in the back, in case y'all want one.
How much money do I need to make for you to cut off all your men and focus on just on me?
If not 6 figures, at least close. Because then I don't need them.
What is close
does he
to
come with
6
dick though? Like, does he come with dick? Because
most men have
most of
penises,
the side niggas come with good dick, but that one nigga who got the funds, he ain't got everything that comes.
You know, I've never heard a virgin say that it was bad dick.
Ooh.
Some of these women got so many bodies, a quarter horse couldn't satisfy their head. Bitch, a fuck a Clydesdale and still be like more. Bitch, a suck off an elephant and be like, oh, he got a shrimp. Excuse the fuck out of us. Ocean runs through some of these motherfuckers. I ain't talking about you, I'm just talking about people that think like that. It's always weird to me. It's always the women with body counts over 50. Talking about bad dick. All the girls that got single digit body count. You ever hear them talk about bad dick? All the dick is good when you got 2 bodies. As soon as you hit 20, all the dick is bad. Ah, daddy, hold on. Oh, okay. Hey, fellas, you gotta go on the top drawer and see what a dildo look like. If that motherfucker got a 2-foot dildo, they give it too many niggas in there. These hoes be fucking themselves with shit that look like this and expect you. I need that good dick. Okay, baby, we got it. You keep acting like that job that you hate is gonna be your salvation. Like you can.
Hopefully you guys can hear me. I might be in a bargain spot. We'll just end up repeating ourselves. Okay, all right. So shout out to Ugly Money. First, let's preface our statement by saying women are actual beings. We know this and we respect it. Women are actual beings. Yes, they are, right? Okay, all right, right. They are adults. They want to be stimulated also. They want to be aroused also. They want to have good XXX fun, bedroom fun also. That is not exclusively a man thing. That is not a man's domain per se. Now, comportment, word choice, vocabulary, what's age appropriate, again, right? We came back to what's age appropriate, is important. And listening to women, professional women, 30, 40, 50, 60 some odd year old women, talk about peen size, talk about performance in the bedroom, so crass, right? It speaks to a lack of maturity. It speaks to not appreciating your season in life, not appreciating that you are setting the trend for those younger than you, right? That's what we see here. It's adult, supposedly, supposed to be adult women sounding like crass teenage boys. Ooh, damn, see? 20-something-year-old young adult men. I'm using the right words, by the way. When a professional Black woman who is a bit hefty is speaking about D in dinners, that let us know where her mind is. D in dinners. Now, If she wanted the situationship and that's all she's looking for, nothing wrong with that, right? There will be a black man, provided that you will provide that PS5, who's going to sign up. Huh? There's going to be a man, maybe even a white man, maybe a Latino, who's going to sign up. Is he going to be paying for dinners? Probably not. But could he provide you with the D and you pay for the dinners and make it look like y'all a thing? Yeah. Yeah. Huh? Also, what's very important to say, this is important to stress. The young lady that said, usually the men who are providing the resources don't have good peen. Well, damn. Everyone. When Mr. Z said the internet will expose us all, this is what I was talking about. You're listening to the women sound as more crass than the men. You're listening to the women sound as more vulgar than the men. You're listening to the women tell you that they got a man for this and a man for that, a man for the resources and a man for the exercising, we'll say, right? You're listening to the women show you how immature they are and can be. This is important because the women themselves obliterated their moral compass, or the idea that women were morally superior to men. It was the women who obliterated it. That does not mean that women aren't actual beings. It does mean that what the ladies are showing you through action and word is their idea of the most liberated woman, free women, independent autonomy practicing women. What it looks like, can't tell you what it is, but I can tell you what it looks like. What it looks like the ladies are saying is to be the most crass, loud, train tracks, the most crass, loud, obnoxious, vulgar, parasitic man is what it is to be the most liberated woman, right? That's what it at least seems like. I can't tell you what it is. I can tell you what it looked like. The ladies are being loud and vulgar and crass and overly actual in their 20s. Okay, understandable. In their 30s, in their 40s. Why are you pronouncing it like that, Z? In their 50s, in their 60s, in their 60s, Z, in their 60s. Look at the ladies talk about it. Huh? Look at the ladies talk about it. Look at how they talk about it. That does not mean, I'm stressing this, I'm emphasizing this, that the women don't want good times. The women don't want, or the women want to catch they orgasm. They do. They do. Now, a lot of it is mental, and if you're delusional, you ain't gonna catch no damn orgasm. Oops. Most of it is mental, and if you're delusional, you ain't gonna catch the orgasm. Yikes. Huh? This is where we are now. Can't win. And shout out to Ugly Money for saying it. If you high mileage, if you used to the rose toy hitting the spot and you throwing the rose toy across the room within all of 2 minutes, if even that long. If you used to toys 12-inch and girth of 4 inches and all type of weirdness, yeah. What can a human man do for you? Huh? What can Capital One do for you? Apparently nothing. The ladies aren't just overly stimulated mentally with the dopamine on social media. The ladies are overstimulated actually also. The question then becomes, as I've asked multiple times on this channel for years, What does a unrestrained woman look like? We're asking this question again. What does a truly liberated woman look like? What does it look like when women practice their autonomy, when they care not for what people think, especially men? Huh? Y'all are overstimulated, overexposed, have too many experiences, have the wrong experiences, and I said it. Y'all done blown up the social contract, blown up the rules and norms, can't be satisfied, unhappy, miserable, doing whatever the hell y'all want to do. And what has it bought society? You know what? Let's do one better. What did it bring you? A relative handful of women who can afford to sustain themselves? Okay, fine. A relative handful of women who are prosperous without a man. What about all the rest of you? Oops. Z, you just gonna have to spell it out for them. Ladies, you are the fuel for the elite women. God damn. Yeah. Elite women sell you on your own autonomy and air quotes independence and freedom. And you are the fuel for their true liberation, independence, freedom, and their hypergamy. And their using you against yourself so they can run off with the elite man. Ain't that right, MJ Gray?
Stuff? Yes. I've made a lot of contradictory videos because this whole account has been a stream of authentic consciousness. It has just been me showing up at whatever phase that I'm at in my life, honestly, as a coping mechanism.
This we know. This we know. Well, damn, ladies. Well, damn. Huh? You imagine you are on a podcast. We can see your face. And what is paramount to you and what is important to you is triple X fun. Fine, you are a grown person. Assuming you have children, because you're a black woman, you probably have children. This is how you're speaking. Once again, madam, you know we can see you, right? Ladies, you know we can see you, right?
How much money do I need to make for you to cut off all your men and focus on just on me?
If not 6 figures, at least close. Because then I don't need them. You know,
What is
does he
close to
come with
6
dick though? Like, does he come with dick? Because
most men have
most of the
penises,
side niggas come with good dick, but that one nigga who got the funds, he ain't got everything that comes.
You know, I've never heard a virgin say that it was bad dick.
Ooh.
Let's once again focus on the question. Ugly Money asked, how much money for you to drop all the other dudes? She says, at least 6 figures is not, if not close. Now we know she bold-faced lying, but okay, cool. Let's go with it. Assuming we take her at face value. We take her at her word. Almost 6 figures. So let's say 90. 90,000 for her to drop everyone else. This is not counting whether you are going to be generous. This is not counting what are you going to pay for her or provide for her, what type of experiences. That means nothing. But let's fill in the blanks. There's a pun in there. She's saying, but does he have good peen? Because the side dude, ooh, be having good peen. And we're back. My apologies, everyone. Look, lifing. Y'all already know life is lifing. Reckless. And all hell Balamucho says Mercury Renegade is whooping ass today. Yeah, I don't know about that. Audio is out. Lion said, yeah, no, life is lifing in the background. That's what happened. My apologies, everyone. Y'all already know, right? So we still here. We still here, right? But I'm emphasizing this. The ladies are doing whatever they want to do, and look, within legal bounds, there's nothing wrong with that. But then y'all gonna have to suffer those consequences. And I'm not even saying the men are doing anything out of spite necessarily. The men are doing things out of self-preservation, right? The men are doing things out of say, y'all excuse my background. Yeah, but the men are doing things out of self-preservation. The men are doing things out of seeing the environment, seeing how the women are moving, and realizing this is not only not sustainable, this can't work. It's way too much risk, as KMS has said to us. It's way too much pain in the system. It's way too much pain in the system. There's way too much risk. We put way too much leverage on the ladies' side. They're crass. They're loud. They're overly exposed. They doing whatever. This is not sustainable. What can your average man do with this, including concerning your average woman? They're delusional. They blowing up everything. They blowing up situationships. They blowing up relationships. They blowing up marriages. They blowing up the kids. They blowing up their stomach. Goddamn Z. Huh? D name says couple with each other. The women can't do that neither. They blowing each other up. They got the highest divorce rate and the highest DV rate. Huh? That's not possible. That ain't happening. And y'all gives you a second. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. And we're back. Z, I'm gonna need you to get it together. What is going on? Life. Y'all already know. Don't put it in the comments, right? But yet, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Didn't realize the song was still going on. Okay. Yeah, no. So the coupling together. Shout out to D-Name. That's not good. Fundamentally, shout out to All Hell Balamuccio, who says we need new adults, right? We need new adults. Mr. Z says we need new women. We need to raise women differently. We need to raise women appreciating the new normal that they help to construct and create. This 1 foot in and 1 foot out a la carte patriarchy, a la carte feminism, this kind of freestyle, do whatever I want, but somehow still I'm supposed to end up with my Disney fairy tale princess outcome, right? This don't have to follow no norms, no rules, no structure, decenter men, decenter what they care about. As a matter of fact, change the men's appetite and what they like, what they care about, what they desire. And then I'm still supposed to win at the end. I'm still supposed to end up with my dream guy at the end. This is not sustainable. As a matter of fact, we're watching it. This being crass, being loud, being overly sexual on camera. Well, the men do it and, ooh, goddamn. You said that, Z. And your point is, well, if the men could do it, then we could do it too. Yeah, but the men don't like it, and we ain't budging. Good luck with that. We know where we slot you. Fun time, only time. Huh? Absolute insanity. So we need new women. We need to raise and socialize women and girls differently. If not, you could continue to watch your population go to crap, for those of you that care about that, and be prepared for Elysium, and be prepared to watch the women struggle and suffer because most of them don't got it enough. And we know this by the numbers. They can miss us with all the gaslighting and lying. Me and all my girlfriends is kick-ass, and we all doing well, and we all yawn. No? So this is the new normal. This is what you ladies fought for. You can be crass, you can be loud, you can be obnoxious, you can be overly sexual, excuse me, and that is okay. But the men don't owe you finding that desirable. The men don't owe you finding that acceptable. The men will not budge, and we haven't. Decades now, we haven't budged a millimeter. But you can keep on being who this, air quotes, real you and authentic you and you that takes up space. You mean literally take up space. You can continue to be that and eat the consequences. You gonna be paying for peeing. You're gonna be paying for affection. You're gonna be paying for attention. You're gonna be paying for peeing. Huh? If this is the world that the ladies and the elites have designed, then let it be. And the consequences will be what they are. Once again, everyone, we owe the ladies nothing. They owe us nothing. But we owe the ladies nothing. Not a damn thing. If this is the new normal, so be it. The ladies are actual beings. We appreciate this. We're adults. But if y'all gonna talk about it like this, well, the men get to talk about it like that, and if the ladies are gonna talk about it this way, the men don't owe the ladies being okay with it. Huh? The ladies don't owe the men being okay. The men don't owe the ladies being okay with it. And the ladies don't owe the men being okay with whatever they don't find desirable. And if that means that your birth rate continues to go to crap, so be it. If we're living in a world where everyone's hyper individualistic and everybody's trying to practice their autonomy, or the majority of folks are trying to practice their autonomy, and no one owes anyone anything. And what folks are trying to do, women are trying to do, is live their life caring about no one, caring about no one's thoughts, feelings, desires, etc., except for their own. And what the ladies do is try to reserve the right to, in case of mercy, break glass man. Then good luck with that. Huh? If that's where we are, then good luck with that. In case of mercy, break glass man. So I want to emphasize that we probably gonna have to do a part 2 today, not even probably. We're gonna have to do a part 2 today because Mr. Z had to mute up for way too long. Huh? And so on that note, everyone, we'll do a part 2 to this. We'll try to get that to y'all by tomorrow, if not later on tonight. But on that note, everyone, because life was life and you already know what it is, don't put it in the comments, don't put it in the comments. Reckless, right? But yeah, we'll pause right here, everyone. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content, for the love of God. And Mr. Z out. And my apologies, everyone, for, you know, the issues, but y'all already know what it is. All right, y'all. Mr. Z out. Y'all have a great rest of y'all day.
You are now listening to Mr. Z Blackneffect.